You hear stories about those big crime capitals of the world, you know, the places where you and your possessions just are not safe. Well, there's one here in Thailand which I feel you need to know about. People said I shouldn't come here. It just was not the right thing to do. Well, I feel that you need to know about this place and its major crime gangs. This place is Lopburi, about 150 kilometres north of the Thailand capital, Bangkok. If you're ready for the challenge, it's about a 90-minute trip by road, or there are daily trains. These cheeky outlaws are the ringleaders behind all the trouble in town. 26,000 people live in the district, but 2,000 monkeys cohabit with them, all within 1 square kilometre. All right, it's time for my first meeting with Lopburi's infamous crime families. I like monkeys, but the amount of stories I've heard about when things can go wrong here, I've been told to be a little bit nervous. This beautiful 17th century Khmer shrine used to be the big tourist draw card. Now, the majority of visitors come here for the out-of-control macaques, not the history lesson. They say, you know, just go with it. Just see what happens and, you know, it'll work out.
He's undressing you. He's going for you.
When he gets up there, it's going to get very interesting. That's my microphone. He's just taking it out. The tribe first came here out of the forest because of the food offerings made from the locals to Buddha. These days, there's not a word of thanks from the little rascals. It's not manners. That's not the Buddhist way. The great thing for me is when you travel to another country and you want to experience their wildlife, normally you do it from a distance with a camera lens, and that's your only contact with wildlife. But here, it's different. It's something you won't forget. The monkeys are divided between the temple dwellers and the urban squatters. It's a concrete jungle, and helping them to survive is Edwin Week, the founder of the Wildlife Friends Foundation in Thailand.
Yeah, feeding wild animals is usually not good, but over here it's okay because they're not really wild animals.
Well, they'd struggle without this sort of feeding, wouldn't they?
They wouldn't be able to survive without handouts.
Yeah, it's a hell of a handout too. Today, Edwin's team has arrived with a special feed of fruit and to check for any injured monkeys. You have to be careful. These naughty residents do bite.
Oh, he's biting. Oh, it's your hand.
And they can carry nasty diseases.
Hepatitis A, B, herpes, tuberculosis. I mean, just a few reasons to stay away from them, actually. That one is biting. Stop biting me. You see, that's a bigger guy.
Oh. That was an organised hit, right? Doesn't sound like your idyllic holiday experience? Well, thousands of tourists do flock to the macaque mecca every month to witness this sort of monkey business. The monkeys are so important to Lopburi's economy that statues have now been erected in the main street in their honour. Because of the powerful effect these guys have in bringing tourists into Lopburi, the locals now put on an annual buffet, an all-you-can-eat feed as a way of saying thank you. Happens in November, been going since 1988. They're always in need of a good feed. So these strange ambassadors are definitely good for business, but there is some serious downside for the Lopburi locals. The monkeys steal everything. The residents are forced to put security bars up on their homes to keep them out. Cars are constantly vandalised. And unwelcome stowaways, they're always being discovered. The chewing of the hair, what's that all about?
I see sometimes they take the hair off and actually floss their teeth with it. It's probably not a hygiene thing. It's more or less something about fun, I believe. But they do it. They do it all the time.
Dental floss, huh? Oh! Who is it? Honestly, once you get over the whole idea of being literally molested by monkeys for hours, having your hair pulled, getting love bites, this is a truly incredible experience. What do you want? And just something you can do nowhere else in the world. And for me, I would make the 1.5 hour drive from Bangkok to experience this. But that's just me. What are you doing? What are you doing now?